morning girls. Today let us see how we can interface microprocessor to an outside world. It is actually interfacing through 8255 chip here, and one application what we are seeing is to generate a square wave on the CRO and calculate the time delay from CRO, compare it with your theoretical calculations. Let us see how it is done. Let us see the experimental setup. This is a microprocessor kit. You can see a crystal here. A 40-pin IC is your microprocessor. This is your keyboard, the address and data fields. We enter the program this way. This is a flat cable, as you can see. This is a 8255 interfacing chip connected by means of these two cables to the CRO. This is the ground. And how do you identify this? This is flat cable. You can see a red strap here. That means it's number 1. This is a 25-pin connector. This is 1, and this is the end extreme end, which is your ground. And on any one of these pins here, port A, B, C and control port are connected. Which port is to be identified is dependent on the pin diagram. So the pin diagram says something like this. This is the pin diagram of 8255. It is a 40-pin IC. You can see 20 pins on this side and 20 pins on the other side. So what it says is PA0, PA1, PA2, PA3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These constitute the 8 pins of port A. Each port is 8 pins. Similarly, port B, where is port B identified? Port B is identified from PB0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The down pins. 4 on this side, 4 on this side. This is port A, this is port B. Port C is located in the middle. As you can see, this is C0, C1, C2, C3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And as you know, this is grouped with port B. The upper part of port C is combined with port A. That is how it is located. The remaining pins are data pins, VCC, and then ground, read, write. This is chip select and reset. This is the architecture of 8255. Now, in this experiment, the data that is coming from this cable can be connected to any one of the port, any one pin of the port. See, the logic that we are applying here is, this is transmitted here. The way you are seeing this waveform on the CRO, this is a high state, this is a low state. High, low, high, low. So this can be represented mathematically as 10, 10, 10. For 1010, the data that is required is something like AA, because A is 1010. If you type AA, it is 1010 alternatively, and that is what you see as a square wave here on the CRO. Now, what is the program? How do you write the program? You write the program like this. These are the different fields here: label, address of the memory location, mnemonics, object code, and comments is what you write. This is for a user to understand the program. Later on, when you go through it, you will know what is happening at different stages. That is why we write the comments here, and they are not to be executed. So now let us first understand what the program is before we see what is actually doing it. Move immediate A80. 80 is actually a control word. Control word is written in the control word format of your 8085. Here, as you can see, word means it's an 8-bit. So you have D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7. So the word what you write here is a control word. And you can use D0 bit for group B, port C lower, and D1 bit is for port B, and D2 bit is for mode selection, whether you want mode 0 or mode 1, and D3 is used for port A. If it is 1, it is input. If it is 0, it is output. Then bit D4 is used for port A. Then you have D5 and D6 together is for the mode selection. 00 is mode 0, mode 00, 001 is mode 1, 1x is mode 2. Depending on the information what you write here, it can be configured in any one of these different modes. The last bit is known as the D7 bit, which is referred to as mode set flag. It can be used as a data or it can be used also as bit reset mode. So if it is 1, it is bit reset, otherwise it is data. So accordingly this will be decided. Now let us see how do we write this program. So as we have seen the control word, this move immediate AT refers to the control word which is written here, which configures all the ports as for taking the information, that means input information from the processor to this. So this is a control word for that. And control port is identified by DB. So send this information to control port. Thereby you are programming it, because this 8255 is a programmable peripheral interface. By writing 80 here, you are programming this 8255 to work as a IO port, not as VSR. Then what is it, as I already discussed, we have to send this data AA, that is 1010 alternatively, to this ERO to be able to see it as a square wave. So you are sending that here. And by doing this instruction, by giving this instruction RLC, what is it that it is doing? It is rotating each bit to the left by one position. So whether you take it as 1010, if you rotate it left again, you will get it as 1010. So whatever bit comes out as the last bit, that will be sent to the port A. So suppose you have 1010, first time 0 is sent, rotate it left, 1 will be sent, rotate it left again, 1 will be sent, and this process will be in repetitive mode. So now this process will go on. Now what is it that we want to do? Since we want to have it as a repetition, we will keep it in the form of a loop here. We give a label here as loop 1. Then how long you want to have this information available on the port A depends on what delay you are giving here. So the delay is what is written here. The delay constitutes a part of the program where we are using register B to store the data. This data is the one which decides how much delay you are going to calculate, and that is what you are having on and off time here on the CR. So what is the loop that you are writing here? You send some data into the register B, decrement B, jump non-zero, go back to jump non-zero. Where is it going back to? It's going back to the loop 2. And this process will continue until where? Until it is non-zero. Once it's 0, it comes out of the loop. Then you will see jump loop to loop 1. Loop 1. Again rotate light, send this on to the output device, call this delay, and then this process will continue. How long will it continue? It will continue as long as this number. Suppose I keep 5 here. First time it is decreased, it becomes 4, 4 becomes 3, 3 becomes 2, 2 becomes 1. After 1, it becomes 0. That means 5 times it will be non-zero. Once it is 0, it comes out of the loop and then jumps back, and this loop will continue. And at the end what you have is a CF, that is end of the program. Now when you run this program, you enter this program using this keyboard here. I have already entered the program, reset, go to, I have written the program from starting location F00, exit. This is what you see. And as you can see, this is the on period and this is the off period. The total constitutes the time period of this clock waveform. Now, if I change the data in which location? In F00A location, reset, substitute memory F00A location. I have given A. Suppose I give FF. Since FF is greater than AA, we expect the delay to be more. Let us see what we get. So the delay is extended here. Suppose I reduce back. Zero F I am taking now. First I have taken FF, then AA, then again 0 F. Reset. F1000. You can see it is reduced further. You are not able to see this in 0.1 millisecond range. Reduce this, you will be able to see this. Now you have this multiplier. Whichever is convenient for you, whichever scale is convenient, accordingly you choose and measure the time. Now, how you calculate the delay? You calculate the delay using the delay calculation. The delay is between immediate way is outside the delay. DCRB, jump non-zero or within the loop. So you calculate the delay here. Whatever delay you are getting, that has to be compared with this. How do you do the delay calculations? Each time period of this, for this microprocessor that you are using, since the frequency is 3.092 megahertz, the time period is 1 by that, so 0.33 microseconds. So it constitutes outside the loop what the instruction is, inside the loop what the instruction is, and add them together. In outside the loop you have move immediate B, which takes 4 T states for the memory opcode fetch plus 3 T states for the memory read. Then inside the loop you have decrement B, jump non-zero. This decrement B takes 4 T states. It will be decremented as many number of times as the number which you feed into the register B, and it goes jump non-zero. It goes back, and this loop will continue as long as it is not zero. So depending on what number you are giving, so many times it is going back. It is non-zero. Once only it comes out. So what T states it takes is, if it is going back it is 10 T states, if it is coming out it is only 7 T states. So use all this 4T plus 3T, 4T into 4T plus 7T into X times it is going back, X minus 1 times it is coming out, so T states, calculate the total time delay, and this time delay has to be compared with what you get from this, and repeat this experiment by choosing different values in this location here. This is AA, which location you should go to F00A, it is your determining factor. Depending on what value you are choosing, your time delay is going to be different, and accordingly your waveform is going to be different. So this gives an illustration of interfacing 8255 with the microprocessor, and through this data cable it is transferred to the CRO, and you are able to see this square wave. This is also known as a square wave generation using 8255. Two parts of the experiment. You can calculate the delay using this, or with no delay you can reverse calculate and find out what the value that you should put into this resistor. So for that, same thing, calculate this. Supposing you are asked to calculate the delay for 10 milliseconds. Equate this formula to 10 milliseconds, convert this, calculate the value of X, that will be in decimal what you are getting, convert it into Hex and put it into an appropriate location, that is at the location F00A, and verify whether you are getting the same 10 milliseconds.